Hello guys, back with another one on Chugdi Football TV. Real Madrid 3, Villarreal 1. It's been a great weekend of football. What can I say? Both my teams won today and are topping the league table. Arsenal beat West Ham 2-0 at the Emirates. Real Madrid beats Villarreal 3-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu. What more can I say, man? What more can I say? It's been a great weekend so far. I just want to, talk about the game, just, briefly, my analysis on the game. It was an incredible game. It was an incredible game against two top sides in Real Madrid and Villarreal. Villarreal have been incredible this season. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are third. They're currently third on the table. Let me see. Yes, they are third on the table currently. So they've been incredible this season. Villarreal, they have a very good attack. They have good wingers. So they're a pretty decent team. Real Madrid, our last game in the La Liga against Villarreal. Remember, we got walloped 5-2. But if you can remember for you guys that are frequent on my channel, if you can remember my post-match reaction to that game, I wasn't really bothered, because one thing I know for sure is that under this Xabi Alonso's regime, Real Madrid were not going to lose a lot of games. I can bet you that we are not going to lose a lot of games. We might lose the odd games here and there. We might draw a few games here and there, but we're not going to lose a lot of games. Just the way we play, we are better than we were last season, in the sense whereby we have a more compact defensive line in Dean Huijsen and Militao, as opposed to last season when we had two clowns, two bozos in Rudiger and Asensio. Our defense is more compact now with Carrares, Dean Huijsen, Militao, and obviously we know that Trent is injured at the moment, and Carvajal is also injured at the moment, in which Federico Valverde has stepped into that position, especially today, and he was incredible. One thing you can always get from Valverde is that you are bound to get like at least 7/10 in each game. That if he doesn't play well, he's at least giving you a 7. That guy is just extraordinary. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play as a defensive midfielder. He can play as a 6, a 4, a 8. He can play as a winger, as a right winger. He can also play as a right back. The guy is modern day James Milner. Modern day James Milner. Utility player to the highest level. So he was incredible today. So was Eder Militao. Eder Militao was phenomenal today. Although in the second half he was making a couple mistakes that could have cost us, but Federico Valverde was always there to step in and save him. I'll put it like that. Carrares also had a very good game today. He had a very decent game today, so I'm happy with them. Just a couple things. A couple things on the game today. So Real Madrid, we lined up we used the formation of 4-2-3-1. That has seemed to be our predominant formation most of this season for most of our games, that 4-2-3-1. So it was Thibaut Courtois in goal, Federico Valverde as the right back, Eder Militao and Dean Huijsen as centre backs, and Carrares as the left back. Then we had Ceballos and Tchouaméni just playing in front of the back four, Adegule as the attacking midfielder, and both wingers Vini and Mastantuono, and Mbappe as the striker. A big shout out I have to give to Ceballos. Ceballos was just incredible today. That guy is a joy to watch. He is a joy to watch. He's that player that it's like those players that you look at them and you say, it's either you have it or you don't. This guy just has what I call the intangibles. For you guys that have played football, I used to play well, I still play football, but I used to play to a decent level. There are certain players that just have the intangibles, and this guy is one of them. He has the intangibles, Ceballos. So it was very good to see him play today. Vini had an incredible game today. Obviously, he scored 2 goals for Real Madrid today. Had a very good performance. It's very good. I'm very happy to see that Vini is, this season, although he started slow for him, but he's picking up. He's gradually picking up. He still has those Vini bozo moments, because sometimes he always wants to bite more than he can chew. But that is Vini for you. Vini always tries the impossible. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. And when it works, it's like it reminds us of why he's one of the best, one of the best wingers in the world. And when it doesn't work, it's like, what is this guy doing? Do you understand? So he had a very good game today. Master Tuano had a very good game today. So he had a decent game today. He really put pressure on that Villarreal's right back, Cardona. The thing with Masantuano that I always say is that he just needs to polish up on his finishing, his decision making, when to make the right pass, when to shoot, when to dribble and when not to dribble. And he's good to go, because his lack of proper decision making sometimes looks like makes it seem like this guy is playing against us. Sometimes I want to pull out my hair, like, what is this guy doing? But one thing I like about him is his tenacity, and it seems like Xabi Alonso believes in him. Hence why this guy keeps starting. He's Madrid's #1 right winger at the moment. He has totally benched. He's benching Rodrigo. What else? Also with Villarreal, they really did well. It wasn't like they came back to just defend. They came to just defend. They really attacked Real Madrid. They defended well, especially in the first half. They had chances that if they had scored, it would have made life much difficult for Real Madrid. One of their strikers, Oluwaseyi, had a very good game. He put pressure on Madrid's back line, but the guy couldn't just finish. As an Arsenal fan, it was very good to see Thomas Partey today, who really controlled that midfield. However, the guy doesn't have the legs, so he was being run from pillar to post. But he still held his own because he's a good player. Thomas Partey is, a very good player. I think he was in that Villarreal's 4-4-2 formation. In that midfield, he was the most dominant in that midfield. He was the most dominant. The guy couldn't really, I don't know what that guy was doing today. But Partey had a good game. So yeah, Mbappe with another goal. World class. Simply world class. He can't just stop scoring. And I love to see it. I think he has 15 goals so far in all competitions. He has, I think, 8 goals in he has 8 goals in La Liga currently, if I'm not mistaken. So he's doing well. He's on form, on serious form. And and Mbappe on form is a dangerous man. And Madrid back to #1. We're back to the top of the La Liga table. It was also very good to see Jude Bellingham and Camavinga coming as substitutes. Jude Bellingham could have easily scored 2 goals himself. The keeper, Villarreal's keeper, Tenas, made some really crucial saves today. Easily, Vini could have had a hat-trick. Easily, Bellingham could have scored 2 goals today as well. Villarreal could have easily been walloped like 5-1 today or 6-1. So their keeper really held them down. Bellingham, it was good to see Bellingham, playing regularly since his injury. Camavinga as well was incredible. Incredible. The way he was marking, the way he was disrupting play, the way he was dictating the play in midfield, passing, tracking back, marking. Typical Camavinga. We know what he can bring when he's fit. It's just that he always gets injured. That's the only thing. This guy can play. He can play as a DM. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play as a left back as well. Like, he's a fantastic player. So it's very good to see them play today. Adegule had a quiet game to me. He had a quiet game. He was decent. He was decent as well. But from what I'm used to seeing this late last season to early this season, I think this was one of his most quiet games compared to the other previous games. And for Barcelona face Sevilla tomorrow. Barcelona face Sevilla tomorrow, which should be a very interesting game as well. Let me see. It should be a very interesting game as well. Hopefully, me, I'm a Barcelona hater. Hopefully they lose. Hopefully they lose tomorrow, and we are leading them. We end up leading them. With how many points now? We're leading them with 2 points. Hopefully they lose tomorrow, and the 2 points turns to 5 points. But the thing is that with Barcelona, they are just very tough to beat. It's not like they are fantastic defensively. It's not like they're fantastic defensively, but attacking wise, they are just something to behold, man. The good thing is that Rafinha wouldn't be available. Lamine Yamal wouldn't be available either. But they still have, Rashford, Pedri, Ferran Torres, who is on crazy form this season. They still have Lewandowski. They still have Frankie De Jong. They still have guys. They still have guys who can, take the game at the scruff of the neck and come through for them. So I'll be supporting Sevilla tomorrow. If Sevilla wins tomorrow, or the game ends in a draw, then I'll probably do a match review. If Sevilla loses and Barcelona wins, then I'm not doing any match review because I can't be bothered to come and be doing match review for Barcelona. So I will only do a match review if they lose. So yeah, that's really it. Fantastic weekend of football. Liverpool lost to Chelsea today, which Arsenal are now first on the table. Real Madrid beat Villarreal today, and we are first on the table. So both of my teams are doing well so far. Ain't no better weekend than that when both your teams are leading the table and both your teams have won their games. So yeah, that's really about it. I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but so far I think those are really the talking points I really wanted to talk about. The crazy thing is, by the time maybe I'm done with this video now, then much more talking points might not start coming to my my memory. But for now, I feel like I've spoken about the most important things. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Thanks for tuning into this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel to get notifications whenever I release videos. And if you are a recurring viewer on this channel, thank you for keeping it locked here. Please like the video as well so that the algorithm can push the video to more people and the channel grows. Yeah, until then, man, keep it locked on Chogdi Football TV for more match reviews and analysis and all that good stuff. And until next time, guys, peace.